So if you're an online coach or if you're selling any particular kind of product online, you might be selling it through your DMs on Instagram. And this can be a bit tricky to keep track of. So today we're going to be going through some of the different ways that we actually help our online fitness coaches keep track of all their DMs, and a way that you can structure and keep a great overview so you know when to follow up on what lead or prospect, right? So we're going to be utilizing Meta Business Suite. And if you don't know how to set it up, it's quite simple. It should already be connected to your Instagram profile, but what you want to do is you want to connect your Facebook page and your Instagram profile, and then through your Facebook account, you're able to log in, just like I did here, right? So you go into Meta Business Suite, you can Google it, and then you get the link for it, and then you want to go into Inbox, and here you can actually handle, tag, and manage all of your DM conversations from Instagram. So you cannot start new conversations through Meta Business Suite, but you can tag and handle existing conversations that you have from Instagram here, right? So the best way to do this is that you want to go ahead and when you start a new conversation, let's say it's a prospect who are interested in your online coaching services, but they didn't convert. They weren't ready right now. They weren't ready to commit. Maybe the price was too high. Then you can go in and tag them in this system so that you both know when to follow up, or you can tag them with a particular category, like for example, price was too high, so you can follow up on them when you have a new offer. Let's say you run an offer where they save the first month, they get the first month for free, then you can go in and then you can text all of the DM conversations that you have had in the past once you launch this new offer. So let me show you how to do that in a quite simple and straightforward way. So I am on this DM conversation with this handsome fellow right here on Meta Business Suite, right? Tags, labels, potato, but essentially they call it labels, right? So the way you want to do this is you want to find your own structure, essentially. What we tend to recommend for the coaches that we work with is you want to tag them with the type of conversations that you've had or the type of conversation that you've had, and then the follow-up date. Because then when you do this consistently every day, every other day, a couple times per week, then when you're going to go in and manage your DMs, you can actually go in and filter by today's date, right? So let's say that we put this lead as a warm lead, so I can tag it with warm, and I can say, but the price was too high, right? Then I can add that as a tag as well, and then I can add a tag. For example, I want to follow up on this guy the 15th of April. You can also just click today's date and then it adds that and other different types of labels, right? So you want to create your own structure for this, but essentially we have 15th of April. So once we reach the 15th of April, for example, if I know I'm going to launch a program or a specific campaign on the 15th of April or 16th of April, then I can set the follow-up date for that specific date, because then I know when I reach the 15th of April and I launch my campaign, I can go in and follow up on all of the leads that had price was too high, I was not ready to commit January, February, March, and then perhaps they're ready to commit in the month of April, right? So once you have tagged various different people and you want to do this continuously, obviously, then every single day you can go in and then you can filter by labels, right? So then I can filter by 15th of April, and then it will show me all of the conversations I have tagged with 15th of April. Another little tip that we also recommend the coaches that we work with to do is the one that are warm, right? Let's say that you just posted a free guide on your Instagram profile. Depending on the amount of followers that you have, you might have gotten a couple hundred people who were interested in this particular guide, right? Maybe 10 or 15, but let's say it's a couple hundred people. That's a lot of people to manage on the Instagram app, and it could get very, very difficult to actually keep a proper overview. So this makes it way easier to tag the various different people, but the ones who are the warmest that you want to make sure that you follow up on, I recommend people to click the follow-up, mark as follow-up, because then you also have them as a star in the overview you have in this left panel, and then you easily be able to answer them fast when they reply to you. You can also search for past conversations. Let's say I would search for price or something like that, right? Then I can go ahead and say search in Messenger and Instagram conversations, and then it will show me all of the conversations I have had in the past with the word price. Another way I would recommend to do it is to do it on the Instagram app, because it's actually a little quicker and more smooth to search in all conversations on the Instagram app. So you go into your conversations, you search for a word, for example, price, or coaching program, or nutrition, or meal plan, or workout program, or a couple different words that you might have had in various conversations in the past with prospects, and then you can go ahead and tag them on Meta Business Suite, right? So you find their name on the Instagram app, and then you can search for their handle here on Meta Business Suite, and then you can tag them. For example, if you know you have a campaign coming up next month, this is great work to do beforehand, so you're ready to actually reach out to these old prospects and ask if they're interested in your coaching offer. Not to make this video too long, this was just a quick overview of the various different ways. Find old messages on Instagram app, or find old messages through the Meta Business Suite and tag them with various different labels that you obviously figure out yourself. Warm, high, price was too high, cold, the date that you want to follow up on them, or today's date, and then calculate 2 weeks in advance or a month in advance or something like that. And then you also want to tag new people coming in, right? So when you have new prospects that are interested, or leads that you have followed up on Instagram, you want to tag them in Meta Business Suite if they didn't convert, so you can follow them up later. The same goes if you have a guide or a freebie that you post on Instagram. You may be connected with ManyChat and you have hundreds of different conversations. You can then go in and tag all of them with, for example, Booty Guide, and then in 2 weeks or 3 weeks you can follow up and say if they got something valuable out of the guide and if they would be interested in actually getting on a call with you. The whole way you actually convert them through DMs and the script that we use, we would love to go through that in a different video. If you guys want us to go through that, go ahead and comment DM script down below, and then we'll create a YouTube video about that. There's a bunch of other features in Meta Business Suite. Play a bit around with it. You can also send us a message on Instagram at EmpowerCoach if you want us to give you a few tips, but you can add notes to a lead down here, as you can see, and you can see more details about them, and there are different categories here, but these are the primary ways that you want to filter and have an overview of your DM conversations from Instagram and from Facebook as well, so that you can actually consistently follow up on them and convert more of your followers and your engagement on Instagram and on Facebook into paying clients. If you want more videos just like this one, subscribe to the channel, check out some of the other videos we have on the channel, and check out our Instagram profile for more small bite-sized tips and tricks for online coaching.